Earth and they're going to clash in a spectacular battle of the ages. We also learned that Monarch will be going on a perilous mission into uncharted terrain, looking for clues about where these earth-shaking titans came from. Meanwhile, a human conspiracy threatens to wipe the creatures, both good and bad, from the face of the earth forever. Well, unless this is both the fourth and last entry into the MonsterVerse movies, I'm guessing the human conspiracy won't be successful, but that gives us a lot to work with, especially when we consider the other details they've spilled. Apparently, Monarch must lead the way to a prosperous future alongside the Titans, keeping humanity in check. But unfortunately, different groups pop up, each hoping to use the Titans for their own goals and pushing them to outright war, which could potentially destroy all life on the planet. So, needless to say, the stakes are pretty high. Michael Dougherty directed and co-wrote Godzilla King of the Monsters and also worked on the script for Godzilla vs. Kong. He has some thoughts on the movie's big matchup, and it may not be as one-sided as you're thinking. I mean, Godzilla is king of the monsters, so it doesn't seem smart to bet against him, but Dougherty suggests not counting Kong out so quickly. He pointed out that the giant ape we saw in Skull Island was still a growing boy and hadn't reached his full potential. Godzilla vs. Kong will show us a much more grown-up monster who's developed in terms of strength, speed, and importantly, intelligence. Yeah, Godzilla has radioactive breath, but Kong's smart enough to use tools, and he has a pair of handy-dandy opposable thumbs. Us humans, Larry's, and we don't have anywhere near the amount of strength or biting power as a creature like Kong. Hey, I'm not throwing shade against Godzilla, but if Batman can outsmart Superman enough to gain advantage on him and Batman v Superman, then maybe we shouldn't count Kong out just yet. Dougherty actually compared this clash of the Titans to an even bigger fictional fight, the one between Rocky and Ivan Drago. He acknowledged that us humans just like to see epic battles regardless of why they're occurring, but said that the intent for their motivations can make sense story-wise instead of just seeming forced. So obviously we know that these two both want to be king of the monsters, and that they're playing nicely with one another. According to the synopsis, strange seismic activity draws the attention of Godzilla and Kong alike, so one reason for their confrontation is
Kita
that
dun sa...
they're two aggressive predators who find themselves sharing space and decide to see who's top dog, or top kaiju, I guess. But Dougherty's comments about making their fight feel authentic makes me think we can definitely see an initial skirmish like this, tying into what Dougherty said about Kong growing up and trying to prove that he can beat any lizard around, even if he ends up learning that it's not true. But let's not forget that director Adam Wingard said he hopes this battle does more than make us cheer, he wants to make us cry. He pointed out that many monster movie fans feel a connection to these characters, even the non-human ones. Don't you feel a little bad for King Kong watching Godzilla just wail the poor guy? Wingard hopes fans will get emotionally invested in the movie, and I think that's something King Kong brings to the table, even if he doesn't have the impressive array of attacks Godzilla does. We've seen him display empathy for human beings, which could affect his ability to be manipulated by the rival factions mentioned in the synopsis. Not that I think that he can understand the nuance of their mission statements, but Kong has a history of trying to help out his friends in his own way. Will one of these factions find a way to emotionally manipulate Kong into going up against Godzilla? It would have to be a much bigger impact on the audience than simply using the Orca to compel these creatures to fight. Or if they do try to use the Orca, it would be interesting to see if either Kong or Godzilla can fight against it, or motivate them want to resist. And I don't think I enjoy rooting for Godzilla as well. Depending on the film, he's often been portrayed as a protector of humans and prefers fighting his fellow monsters, which makes sense considering they're way more of a challenge than we are. By the end of King of the Monsters, the cast mostly came around to the idea that he isn't an inherently dangerous and evil creature, although they acknowledged he's had some bad PR in the past. Seeing humans manipulating Godzilla after he did us a solid fight at destroying Ghidorah would also have an emotional impact. Now, let's take a look back to the post-credits scene of King of the Monster. Tasty blend of hot, creamy seafood goodness that you love. Guys, I'm gotta say headline about seismic activity on Skull Island. And film. Does anyone remember The Last of Us? It brings me to tears. And while he did begin working on the world behind Avatar around 2005,
from the next entries in beloved franchises to intriguing reboots and years in the making,
projects, some truly must-see releases are starting to fill up the calendar. These are just some of the biggest films arriving in 2021 and beyond. It's been more than 20 years since a new Mortal Kombat film hit big screen, but one of the most popular video game franchises of all time is finally making its way back to theaters.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Producer James Wan, who launched franchises like Saw and The Conjuring, has handed the director's chair over to first-timers Simon McCoy for this film, achieving then his blockbuster debut and felt throughout the production process. At this point, we have no idea what the plot of the new film will be. The Mortal Kombat video game franchise has expanded significantly since Mortal Kombat Annihilation hit theaters in 1997, giving the filmmakers an even bigger mythos to draw from as they craft their story. We also don't know which fighters will be characters in the film or which actors will play them, but we can hope to learn more soon since the film is expected to start shooting in 2019. The new Mortal Kombat film is set to hit theaters March 5th, 2021. It's been more than 30 years since He-Man and the Masters of the Universe appeared in their own live-action feature film. It's going to take a couple more years to finally get the characters back on the big screen, but if that's for lack of trying, the new live-action film starring He-Man and his pals has been in the works for more than a decade, and at one point it was even supposed to be hitting theaters in 2019.
Waited a long time for this.
That didn't happen, but now Sony Pictures is finally announcing March 5th, 2021 release date for Masters of the Universe, which will be directed by Jonathan Roberts, Adam and Aaron Lee. No one sent a mail who rose to fame via Netflix's To All the Boys I've Loved Before has signed on to play He-Man. And while we have no idea who will play his various allies and adversaries yet, you can expect old favorites from the animated series to show up along the way. Let's just hope they don't show up like this.
You're so bloody supermarket.
Alright, Jurassic Park franchise returned to blockbuster status in a big way in 2015 with Jurassic World, and producer Steven Spielberg wasn't about to let it stop there. Howard Trevorrow, who directed and co-wrote the first installment, always had the shape of a trilogy in his mind, and that meant he continued with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in 2018. In keeping with the established rhythm of one film every 3 years, the third installment in the World Trilogy is now set to arrive on June 11, 2021. Trevorrow will return to the director's chair for the third installment and will co-write the film with Pacific Rim Uprising screenwriter Emily Carmichael. Stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are also expected to return for the film, which will feature dinosaurs roaming free on the mainland United States, making it a truly Jurassic World. Beyond that, we don't yet know anything about the plot. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is the most successful entry in the franchise, surpassing the entire box office runs of the two previous installments early in its theatrical run. The Wick films still clearly have a lot of juice in them. Audiences are still coming back for more, and Keanu Reeves seems committed to continuing his reign of action dominance. So it's no surprise that the third film perfectly sets up a fourth installment.
Escape from the wilds. Of course, you could do that.
It's also no surprise that it's already been announced. John Wick Chapter 4 is set to hit theaters May 21st, 2021. Reeves back once again as fictional hitman, this time going to war against people you once thought you could trust. We don't know who else will be back in the fourth film or who will write and direct, though director Chad Stahelski has already expressed interest in returning. What we do know is that Wick won't get any less famous in the next 2 years.
The Batman has had a long road to the big screen already, and we'll still be waiting 2 more years until it's actually in theaters. At one point, the film, the first solo Batman flick since The Dark Knight Rises in 2012, was supposed to be delivered by star, director, and co-writer Ben Affleck. He'd also signed on to play the Caped Crusader for Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. But after Justice League was released in 2017, things began to change. First, Affleck came to Batman ultimately giving the directing role to Matt Reeves. Then he seemed to be drifting away as star, and finally revealed that he was done playing Batman altogether. Ever since then, Reeves has been working to refocus the story on a younger version of the character. Now, the Batman will reportedly be led by none other than Robert Pattinson, with Reeves also reportedly eyeing the Penguin and Catwoman as his villains for the film. Other than that, we still know very little about where the Batman is headed, but we'll find out more soon. The film is slated to hit theaters June 25th, 2021. For a long time, the idea that we would only ever have 3 Indiana Jones films seemed both comfortable and obvious. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Harrison Ford spent a good chunk of the 1980s crafting their trilogy, and then it seemed to be put to bed. In 2008, after years of whispers, that all changed with the arrival of the divisive Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. In an age when franchises and nostalgia are often king at the box office, it was only a matter of time before a good film materialized. Indiana Jones 5 was at one point going to arrive in 2019. Then that release date was pushed to 2020, and then the Walt Disney Company announced that the film would again be delayed, this time to a hopefully final release date of July 9th, 2021. Harrison Ford will return to reprise the title role, and Steven Spielberg will once again serve as director, with Jonathan Kasdan writing the script. 25 years after the original film starring Michael Jordan hit theaters, and after years of rumors about its production, we will finally see a new Space Jam movie in 2021. The original film was a defining moment for many kids, bringing together the biggest Looney Tunes stars and the biggest basketball stars. And now LeBron James is going to do his best to walk in Jordan's footsteps with a sequel.
Yay!
Yeah.
James confirmed back in June that he's begun shooting the film. The syndicate hasn't officially announced the plot, but will likely feature plenty of star power in the form of basketball icons and cameo appearances. Warner Brothers has not confirmed the film's full cast, but NBA reporter Shams Shanaria reported that the NBA stars recruited for the film include Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, and Klay Thompson. Meanwhile, WNBA stars Diana Taurasi and Nika Ogunike are also expected to play key roles. Space Jam 2 split